Peace and wellness. Happy, happy, joy, joy. I am outside today. Y'all give me one quick second. I decided to do something a little different. And so I can't see the camera. I can't see the phone. However, I did peek to see if the main part of what you need to see is showing, and that is my oracle cards. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to do a little pull while I'm out here in this amazing sunshine. The sky is absolutely beautiful. I'm sitting under a tree, sitting in my own lane, staying in my own lane, sitting under a tree, minding my business, getting this fresh air and this extra special vitamin D, okay, because it's natural. And you need to be taking in this vitamin D during this time before what's that about? Before the fall gets here, and it becomes more overcast and sunny outside. But if you know, like I know, I have the power to call the sun out. I don't care what the sky looks like. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. God is God. Thank you, Source. Thank you, ancestors of the highest benevolent order. Thank you for letting us get out here in this beautiful weather today and allowing me to share what it is that you would like. Cards is trying to fall out. What you would like for us to know. What is it that you would like for us to know today? What do we need to affirm? So these are oracle cards. These are affirmation oracle cards. They start off with I affirm. And I like to get an even number. Ooh, I like to get an even number of cards. Hold on. Let's see what we got here. This was first. This was second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Yowzy. All right. Hmm. 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 Nice. Nice. Okay. So I don't know what you can see. And hold on. Yeah, I see a few cards in the way. I'm going to shift them. I'm going to move them so you can see them one at a time. Okay. Because my intention is for you to see the cards, not me. This card is the mother card. And if you look at that image, that's exactly what it speaks to without you even hearing me tell you that. It says mother. And it says, I nurture my wounded inner child. I nurture my wounded inner child. Okay. So for those of you during this new moon, happy Virgo season. We're just coming out of Leo season. I'm not gonna veer off too much to the left about that, but Virgo is about being analytical. it is ruled by Mercury, which also rules the planet, the sign of Gemini, which is the sign of communication. So Gemini's communication is more external or focused on the external, although it is termed I think. And Virgo is more on the internal. Excuse me. It's a very analytical sign. Um, it is the sign of I analyze. So during this month, let me go back to Mother card because I'm still talking about that. During this month, during this season of Virgo, it may be time for you to really analyze how you are nurturing your wounded inner child. And we all have one. And I'm trying to let the bugs live, but the ant was in the way. We love you, but you gotta go. So yeah, tap into nurturing your wounded inner child. Nobody can do that for you but you. The second card is justice. Let me make sure the camera's still. Okay, good. We're still recording. Second card is justice. Can you see this? I told you guys I'm outside, so the sun is on my back. I want to make sure it's not like glaring. The second card is justice. Ooh, and we got a nice breeze. The winds of justice. How apropos. Let me read it for you really quickly. It says, this moment makes sense in context with what has happened before it. This moment makes sense in context with what has happened before it. All right. And I am drawing the message of this card from the image on it, as well as allowing what needs to come up and out naturally. Okay, we have a flamingo, and it's blindfolded, right? Under the light of a crescent moon. Almost like, as a matter of fact, looking at that reflection in the water. So whatever happened prior to the situation that allowed it to be in the unknowing, it is now making sense. It's now making sense that whatever justice is about to be served is about to be served. We don't have to see what's coming. We don't have to know how the justice is going to be served. We just know that it's going to be served. I'm going to leave that right there. Okay. Third card is self-care. And if you look at the image on this card of self-care, it almost looks like the flower, lotus flower, but sunflower. I'm looking at the shapes of the petals. It looks like a sunflower. With the hands coming together, giving thanks. And it says, without judgment, I ensure all my needs are met. So, without judgment, this is like speaking to judgment of yourself. Pardon that bite. Without judgment to yourself, you can ensure all your needs are being met by giving gratitude. When you stop judging yourself, when you stop being hard on yourself about what hasn't been done, what isn't complete, what hasn't been finished, all of the things that you can look at and actually judge, instead of giving thanks for the fact that you made it this far, that you had to complete one step to get to the next, which brought you here to the present moment. Give gratitude. Look at it in that way. Just give gratitude. And when you give in gratitude, that means you are giving thanks and praise without judgment, ensuring that all your needs would be met. All of your needs are going to be met. A phrase that I like to say a lot is, everything is always working out for me. It's like a remedy in the form of a verbal herb, so to speak. Everything is always working out for me. Shout out to my girl, Verbal Herbs of Wisdom. You will be hearing from her very soon. Okay. Fourth card is joy. And just looking at this image on this card of these two hummingbirds, they look like they are in total bliss. Like the energy between them, around them, in their auric field is purely joyful, blissful, magical. And this card reads, I allow myself to revel in pleasure. I allow myself to revel in pleasure. How many times do you take a moment to revel in pleasure? I know for myself, I have been extremely critical of self, to the point where I've done messages like this before and said that I was going to post them, and got so caught up in judgment of self, you know, judgment of what I was doing, thinking about things that were irrelevant, and came totally out of that field of gratitude and never posted. But how about today? All of those self-limiting beliefs, thoughts, perceived, can kick rocks with no socks, with the big toe and the pinky toe. All right? Because I am feeling absolute joy in allowing myself just to be free to share this. So make sure that you always implement joy in everything you do. If it doesn't bring you joy, then maybe you should jump away from it. We'll leave that one right there. The fifth card, this is beautiful too, is gentleness. And when I say gentleness, and you look at this image on the card, this is a peacock feather, right? Peacock feathers are beautiful. Like if you see all of that magical pixie dust around the feather, we use the term or phrase heart light as a feather, or that their energy light as a feather, right? The affirmation on this card says, I nurture others as they are and do not ask others to change them. Excuse me. Do not ask others to change to meet my expectations. I'm going to repeat that again. Gentleness. I nurture others as they are and do not ask others to change to meet my expectations. How many of us can relate to that on so many levels? You can apply this platonically, romantically. Make sure the cameras. Let me check really quickly. All right. Yeah, platonically, romantically, in business, with children. Like, to me, right, the peacock feather is, it's very, well, a peacock period. It's a beautiful bird, right? When you look at it, you don't even think of it as a bird. You think of it as a mystical creature. It's very, it can be seen as very ostentatious, which is, meaning like really boastful, really proud. At the same time, that one feather, think about all of that magnificence, right? In that one feather that you see. If you're carrying that feather, if you're the wearer of those feathers, you don't have to, dragonflies, you don't have to have people meet you at that level. If they don't have feathers like yours, you don't drag them because they don't have feathers like yours. You can still be fly together. You can still get along. You can still do whatever the job or the work entails without expecting someone else to meet you at, using this feather as the point of reflection. They don't have to be like you. You nurture them where they are. This allows people to really feel solid, accepted, and celebratory in their own skin. Okay? So you be gentle. You don't have to be flashy, hard, overly anything. Gentle. Gentle as a feather. You can be all that beauty and magnificence and just raise a person with it. Welcome them. Show gratitude. Give praise where it's due. And let's just let it be that. Just be gentle with it. Okay. We're going to move on to the last card, which falls right in line with that former card. And this card is kindness. Wow. And I'm looking at it upside down. To me, before I even speak upon it, like it looks like an image of a kimono, like a Japanese kimono wearer. But as I continue to stare at the image, I see that it is a pair of hands. The hands are gracefully extending themselves. And so let me read the affirmation to this card. It says, I rest easy knowing that I am patient and generous with others. I'll read it again. I rest easy knowing that I am patient and generous with others. Kindness. So, like I said, I'm looking at the images in the reverse because I have the camera centered on the cards. Where I'm sitting under this tree, it's a little slightly elevated, and it's perfect for the position that the camera is in, so that all you see is what you need to see, right? And those hands, like I said, looking at it from this angle, look like a Japanese kimono. That made me think of kindness. It made me think of gentleness. Cute little butterflies. It made me think of gentleness because the kimono wearers, that's how they move. Gentle, kind, gracefully. Their actions don't say anything else. They're beautiful. You know, they're nice to look at. You stare at them in amazement, but back to the card, it is not even a kimono on there, which shows you, you know, the power of imagination and perception. Just being kind, right? So those hands, they are in abundance. Those plants that are surrounding them, they're abundant. And those hands, those major energy centers, right? The rubbing together of the palms, the hands. We learned about this in our All About Frequency class. Thank you so much, Miss Blue. We learned about this, you know, the palms being one of the largest energy centers on the body, right? They put out and they receive. You are a healer. You are constantly putting out the energy of kindness as you touch your clients. And you can do this through touching of crowns, like I do as a licensed cosmetologist and a master barber. P.S. I really don't care about titles. I say it because people seem to be more swayed or in tune when they hear titles. It's like name dropping. So, FYI, that is part of my work, right? Nurses, doctors, pediatricians, teachers, customer service representatives. Kindness. Kindness is needed. So when you apply that principle, that affirmation of kindness, you can rest easy knowing that you are patient and generous with others. And it's a beautiful thing to rest easy, especially when you say you're tired. And listen, it's a beautiful thing to rest easy. It's such a beautiful thing. It's a privilege and it's beautiful to be able to rest easy. So with that last card being read, the affirmation applied, I want to thank you all for listening to this message. And I'm going to take one further step by summing up what we get out of all of these cards, right? Hold on. Let me turn them this way. Yeah, this is a lot. So by utilizing nurturing energy, the power of the mother energy, divine feminine energy, which is about receiving. Allow yourself, the wounded inner child parts of yourself. And your wounded child is not all about being, your inner child is not all about being wounded, but the parts that are, allow nurturing to be received for it. Okay? So that justice can be served and it can help you feel at ease and at peace about whatever happened prior to now, that the rectification of it will make sense. Also, during this time, especially this new moon in Virgo, make sure to practice self-care, right? Without judgment, know that all your needs are going to be met. And with doing this, it also means practice the art of releasing, cleaning, clearing, decluttering your phone, your home, your car, your bags that you carry to work. If you carry a backpack or a knapsack or a fanny pack or your purse or your Teflon, whatever you have, pack light, like Erica says. Pack light. Okay, y'all remember that? Pack light. Practice self-care and pack light. When you do this, you give yourself that care first. Know that you are allowing yourself to receive kindness, right? Be patient and generous with yourself first. And the way that you pour out will be poured back into you. We do a lot of being kind to others. We do a lot of being there, showing up for others. We need to practice that art of kindness to ourselves. We don't have to overdo, overextend, overcommit, overthink. All of that overage is what needs to be recalibrated, reciprocated, poured back into you. So apply that principle of kindness to yourself. While you are being kind, make sure you are being gentle to yourself as well. Nurture yourself as you would others. Like you don't ask others to change to meet your expectations. Accept yourself and don't chastise, don't berate, don't beat down, don't be hard on yourself, expecting yourself to change to be like others may expect you to do. And then you in turn around and reflect that or deflect that or project that same energy. No, you're going to be gentle. You're going to relish, treasure, embrace all of the parts of you for being who you are, because there's only one you, and you're only going to get one you. It's not another. AI can't make you. Test tube can't make you. Nothing. There's nothing. No duplicates. Not even if you had a twin. So be gentle with yourself. And the cherry on top of your gentleness is joy. Allow yourself to revel in pleasure with all that you do. Seek the attainment of joy. And it is really in the simple things that you can revel in pleasures. Like, it is a pleasure for me to get outside today. Like, I was sitting in the house attempting to do some inner work, writing, making lists, being mindful of what needs to be cleared, clean, released, doing laundry. And I kept looking out the window, and all I could see, white butterflies flew past. All I could see was blue sky and clouds. Lots of blue sky and fluffy cotton like clouds. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to sit here for the rest of this evening wishing later that I would have gotten outside. And so my intuition got me up off my butt. I didn't think twice, 3 times. I was off and running to the car, grabbed my items that I wanted to bring with me, and came right to this park, sitting right up under a tree that has some shade, right? And I just allowed myself to revel in the pleasure of being able to share, if you didn't mind, to share with you. So that's my joy that I received from doing this for today. And I trust that your day will be better once you search for the joy in your day. To just be getting out the house, to be sitting out in your yard, sunbathing. It could be grounding. It could be the fact that you didn't have to go to work today. Or that you may not have to go to work tomorrow. What about if you don't have to leave your house to go to work? Or if you do have to leave your house, you get the joy of going into the office and it's not chaotic. I try to put a good spin on everything. I love leaving things better, people, places, and situations better than I find them. I derive immense joy from that. And so, without, you know, overdoing this share, I thank you for this time that you spent with me. And if you liked it and you would like to see more moments like this, leave me a comment and I will put you on to the next time that they'll be given. And again, I want to shout out Verbal Herbs of Wisdom. Y'all gonna hear from her real soon. I'll talk to you later. Peace.